Hello all, welcome to class today. We are going to be focusing on the upper body. So chest, shoulders, neck, upper back. It would be great if you could grab a yoga strap if you have one, or a dish towel or hand towel, something, even a tie or a belt, whatever you have that is a little bit longer and is easy to hold on to. So let's start seated. You're welcome to join us either in a chair or down on a yoga mat or just on the floor. Move into a comfortable seated position, whatever that means for you. Definitely does not have to look like me. Great, settle in. A lot of the tension in our upper body kind of happens without us really being very aware of it. The shoulders kind of slowly start to sneak up towards the ears, or maybe we tend to clench the jaw. So these practices that we're going to be doing today are really great to add in any day, especially if you're kind of starting to feel that creeping up of the shoulders or maybe some tightness in the neck. This can just be a really great way to not only relax the muscles, but to relieve some of that tension that you might not even know is there. So if you're noticing yourself maybe getting a little bit of a tension headache, this can really help just start to relax. Also, these moves are great to do kind of before you go to bed, so you can be relaxed and sleep and get all those healing benefits of sleep. So let's go ahead and get started. Close the eyes if you choose. Hands can rest wherever it's comfortable, maybe somewhere on the legs. Good. Let's bring the awareness to the forehead. Sometimes we tend to use that thinking spot, kind of furrowing our brow together. So maybe see if you can soften that area between the eyebrows. And feeling that softening starting to wrap around the eyes, down by the temples, and even up and over the ears, kind of wrapping around that whole space by the ears. Eventually bringing your awareness by your jaw. So from the top of the jaw, kind of up by that cheekbone, wrapping all the way down to the chin. And as you notice the jaw soften, maybe you notice the tongue relax as well. Noticing if there are any spaces between the top and bottom teeth, and maybe you can just soften that jaw enough so there's some space between those back teeth. And as you find that softness in the jaw, you can begin to bring your awareness down to your shoulders. Imagine if someone you love just put their hands on your shoulders and just gently press down just the slightest bit, allowing those shoulders to just relax closer down towards the floor. And then maybe finding that ha breath can be really helpful. Even gently as we sigh out through the mouth, that helps to create that softening around the jaw and the lips. Let's take 2 more breaths. Great. Slowly begin to open those eyes if they're closed. And that, even by itself, is a really great way to bring some awareness into that upper body area to help relax and soften anytime you need it. Let's move on to hands and knees. So we're coming into a tabletop shape. If you're seated in your chair, just come to stand and put your hands on the seat of the chair and we'll create almost the exact same shape. So we'll come into a tabletop. Hands are either down onto the mat or maybe on the seat of the chair. Knees or feet are underneath the hips, creating that table space. On the inhale, you're going to tilt your pelvis down towards the floor and slide those shoulders back a little bit, maybe even take a slight look forward. Exhale, we're going to tilt the pelvis up towards the ceiling, kind of hugging that belly button in, press into the hands and round the back. Let's do that again 2 more times, nice and slow. So you maybe even go slower than what you normally move, making it twice as long. Good. Great. And we'll do that one more time. Into your cow pose. And then your cat. Good. Bring it back to neutral. And then we're going to come into your cat pose. So rounding the spine. Maybe the chin tucks towards the chest. Really, really press into those hands. Feel that space between the shoulder blades. And bring it back to neutral. Maybe rock the hips a little side to side. You can even press back to a child's pose or lean those hips back if you're standing. Good. Let's do it one more time. Exhale, round. Press that breath out. Press into the hands. Open up that back body. And then bring it back to neutral. Very nice. If you're on the mat and you'd like, you can sit back to your child's pose. Maybe head rests on stacked hands or the mat. Hands can reach out in front. If you're standing, maybe you just lean those hips back, stretch out through the arms. Find a bit of that stretch all the way along the back. And then come back up to center. Great. From here, we're going to come to stand. So however you want to get there is fine with me. Take your time. We're in no rush. Be a good listener to the body today. Great. All right. As we come to stand, let's do a little bit with just softening again around neck, jaw. So you're going to take your hands, go ahead and bring the palms together and give them a little bit of a rub. We'll do a bit of face massage and ear massage just to kind of help things get started here. So warming up the hands is really nice, especially if it's a bit cooler in your area. Get those hands nice and warm, those fingers nice and warm. And let's bring the fingertips above the eyebrows, so kind of that forehead space. Give it a little tap. Nice, and then we'll take that tapping down to the temple. So we're very gently tapping. Yep, and then to the cheekbones. Good, and then down the jaw to the chin. Great, let's move it back up. So up the jaw to the cheekbones, to the temples, and above the forehead. Above the eyebrows. Good, then take that tapping and kind of move it around the sides and down behind the ears, almost towards the base of the skull, a little tapping. And then take the hands here and just pull on the earlobes. You can also massage the entire ear. Good. That can be such a great way to help with some tension that might just be hanging out there without us really knowing. Great, release that and shake it out. Shaking can also really help. So if you kind of feel like you're building up a lot of tension, or maybe you're feeling really stressed, you had a stressful phone call or stressful email, something like that, or something just happened that you weren't expecting, that happens a lot, shake it out. Just let it go. Great. Okay, so we're gonna find that dish towel, hand towel, sock, belt, yoga strap, whatever it is that you've got. And I want you to take the strap out in front. So anyone that's had shoulder injuries or surgeries always be very conscious of how your shoulders are feeling. Anytime you start to feel any pinching or pulling kind of pain, back off and find something that feels really beneficial for you. So even if you haven't had surgeries or injuries and you start to feel that pinching or pulling kind of pain in the shoulder joint itself, take a break, find something that feels beneficial and calming for you. Okay, we're going to start with the hands out in front, palms out. Palms are going to face kind of back towards the body. So the tops of the hands are up towards the ceiling. And you can choose to take this out really wide. You can choose to bring it closer together. Again, it's all kind of up to you. So all we're going to do is lift up and down. Try a little bit of a pull here. So feel like you're trying to pull the belt or the strap or the towel, whatever you've got, pull it apart. So we're actually kind of strengthening the muscles around the shoulder blades, which can be helpful here. Good. Strong muscles means support and stability, which means less opportunity for injury, hopefully. Good. Let's do it one more time. Up and down. Great. Once you release that, go ahead and take that and bring it behind you. So same thing here. You can choose to bring your arms really close together. If your hands clasp and that feels okay, go for it. Maybe it feels way better for those shoulders to take those hands wide. So I really want you to find the choice that feels good for you. And again, we're going to try to pull apart. So this is a different sensation here. Now we're feeling it maybe more in the chest. Good. Find your breath. Again, you can lift those arms back a little bit if that feels good for you. But if it doesn't, don't do it. Right? We're being listeners to our body. We're finding things that are beneficial. We're using this time that we took out for ourselves to find more balance. Good. Release. Shake it out. Okay, we can release that strap for now. Let's take the arms wide, and we're going to take the right arm on top. Give yourself a nice big hug, and then spread it open again. And then left arm on top, nice big hug. Great, one more time, out. And then right arm on top, and out. And left arm on top. Great, inhale. Reach those arms up. They don't have to go all the way up, remember. Good, we're gonna take that right arm down. And if it's okay, reach that left arm over. Stretch underneath that shoulder, through the rib cage. Good, bring it back to center. Let's try the other side. Right arm lifts up. And maybe reaches over. Very good. Bring it back to center. Roll those shoulders up and back. Great. Bring the shoulders all the way back and down. Let's bring the shoulders to the ears. Give them a good little squeeze and drop it. Let's do it again. Bring it up, squeeze and pause, and then drop. One more time. Squeeze and pause and drop. Great. Shake it out. Let's come back to your seat. So maybe that's on the mat, maybe that's on the chair. And we're going to grab that hand towel, belt, strap, whatever it is that you've got. And again, you can choose to sit in any shape. Take the hands on whatever you got. Bring them as wide as you can. So obviously with a dish towel, you've got a little bit more restriction, but that should be just enough space. Keep that little bit of pulling apart. And we're just going to move however we want. So maybe arms go side to side. Maybe they reach up. Maybe they reach out. Kind of twist around a little bit. Just kind of finding what feels good. It's always great to have a teacher or someone guiding you, but it's also really great to just find those spaces, find that movement that feels really nice for your body today. So let's just take another 2 breaths. Shifting and moving however you'd like. And then when you're done, release it. That can move to the side for now. Okay, let's roll the shoulders up and back again. Great, we're going to take that right arm on top. Give yourself another big hug. Here are some options. Stay right here if you'd like. Feels really, really nice. You can even kind of give yourself a little bit of a squeeze. That's great for stress and anxiety as well, giving yourself that hug. If you feel like you can keep those elbows somewhat stacked, maybe you can hook the fingers together. You can even use that strap that you had to create that kind of connection between the hands. Or if the hands can hook together, you can do that as well. We're going to stay here for 3 more breaths. See again if you can soften jaw, soften the back of the neck. This is one of my favorite stretches. Great. Exhale, gently release. Give your arms a nice little shake. Let's try the other side. So now left arm comes on top. Again, find your shape. So maybe that's a hug. Start with that hug and just kind of give yourself a moment. And then if you want to move to a different shape, you can. Hooking a finger, palms towards each other, using your strap or towel. Let's take 3 more breaths. Soften forehead maybe. Find that space again between the back teeth, letting that jaw relax slightly. Great, and release the arms. Fantastic. Let's wrap things up here with a neck stretch. So bring your chin to your chest. And slowly, if you'd like, move the head side to side. Head's going to go to the right. Left fingertips can come down towards the floor or the side of the chair. And breathe. You can even gently bring that right hand to rest onto the side of the head. Softly release that side. Head moves through the center to the left. Right fingertips can come down towards the floor or the side of the chair. And take some moments here. Breathing into that space. And if you choose, you can bring that left hand to the side of the head. Deepening that stretch just a bit more. Gently release. Chin comes back to the chest. Feel those shoulders soften one more time. And gently lift the head. Thank you all so much for joining me today. I hope you feel some more freedom in that upper body. Thank you.